All right, so for these problems, we have two here, and we want to talk a little bit about getting unit vectors in 3 dimensions. So in the first one, we want to find the component form of these. So remember, that's not the one with the I, J, and K vectors. That's the one with the brackets there. So it has initial point in 320 and terminal point 416. And we want to find not only the vector that starts and ends at these points, but we want to find a unit vector as well. So let's go ahead and solve that. So remember, we just simply subtract the initial from the terminal. So we subtract here, and we end up with a vector 1, -1, and 6. So simple enough, right? But we also need to get a unit vector. So remember, to get a unit vector, we have to divide the vector itself by its magnitude. So we have to go ahead and get the magnitude. So that's 1 squared plus -1 squared plus 6 squared. So 1 plus 1 plus 36 is the square root of 38. Simple enough. So we not only have the vector, but the unit vector in that same direction is this vector divided by the magnitude. And that's how you solve this one. So similarly, we want to find a unit vector not only in the direction of V, but we want to find one in the opposite direction. So we already have the vector here, so it's a lot similar to this problem, but now we can start at the magnitude. So that's 2 squared plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. So that's 4 plus 1 plus 4, which is 3. So simple enough. So that tells me that the unit vector is 2/3, -1/3, and 2/3. So that's our unit vector in that direction. Now we want one in the opposite direction. So when we think about the opposite direction, it's instead of going forward, we go backwards. So all we have to do is negate each component. So by negating each component, we now have -2/3, +1/3, and -2/3. And there you have it.